Hello, girls and boys. I don't think, in fact, I will not actually. I'll tell you right now, I'm not going to assess you or test you on this on a test, this type of problem that I'm going to show you. I'm asking you to demonstrate to me that you can determine the original value of a number based on knowing its current value and knowing what percentage it rose. Now that's not easy. That's complicated stuff, let me tell you. And I have not yet modeled a strategy explicitly to you in class. Very few of you were able to solve this type of problem. I don't feel like you're ready to be assessed on it. Not yet. Again, I'm asking you to determine an original value or a price of something, knowing two pieces of information: what it's worth now, current value, and, boys and girls, knowing how much it rose by. So let's try to begin understanding this problem. It's very complex. Even I, honestly, struggle at times with solving this, and that's the reality of it, that it's not easy. Yeah, sure, there's a formula. I mean, now I know the formula. I can do problems like this left and right, just knowing a formula. But to get to that formula and devise that, there were two of you in class who were able to devise your own formula and strategy for solving this. Two of you. Let me begin. What we know is this. Well, let's read the problem first. The value of a silver coin from the American Revolution time period rose 15% from its original value in 1776. Its current value is $225. What was the original value in 1776? Okay, I can tell you this. This is what we know. The value of the coin, it rose. Okay, 15% from its original value in 1776. If it's worth $225 now, what we know is that the value in 1776 was less than $225. So the solution or answer is going to be a value that's less than $225. There is a number out there in the universe that when you increase it by 15%, it is equal to $225. That's what else we know. There is some number out there in the universe, n, that when it's increased by 15%, it equals $225. What number is that? That's what we're trying to find, that original value. What is n? So before we even start calculating and using numbers, we have to stop and pause and ask ourselves questions, which is why I don't explicitly show you these models and strategies. It's so that you can try to get to the answers by asking questions and by understanding what you already know and trying to devise strategies based on that. So here's what I know. I know the current value is $225. That's what I know. Okay. So $225. I know it's equal to something. I know it's equal to 15% times some value. That's what I know. It's $225. It comes from, or it's equal to 15% multiplying some original value. But this is where the problem gets kind of weird. I'm writing plus n here. This plus n is very strange. Now this is what makes a problem kind of difficult to solve. Why would I write plus n there and not just be satisfied with a 0.15? Well, this percentage of 0.15 represents its increase from the original value. This is just an increase. This value represents the whole of the original. and I'm telling you, I am going to try to explain this as best as I can, and it may take another video lesson. But $225 is equal to an increase, and it's also equal to a whole value. But it's equal to the increase plus the whole value. Because you've got this coin, we don't know its original value. All we know is that it rose 15% from the original value. So that's why we have this plus n. This represents the rising in price, the increase. This represents from where the increase came from, which is why we have two n's here. Oops, that's a 5, not an 8. $225 is equal to 15 hundredths, or 15%, times n plus n. This mathematically is written as 1 and 15 hundredths n, because you've got 15 hundredths and you've got this whole, which is equal to 1. So here's your 15 hundredths, here's your 1 whole. $225 is equal to 1 and 15 hundredths n. To isolate n and get n by itself, we divide each side by 1 and 15 hundredths. And remember, it's 1 and 15 hundredths because we have the 15 hundredths, which represents the increase from the original, and this represents the original value, n as a whole, 100%. So now we divide each side by 1 and 15 hundredths, and we're left with just n isolated by itself. I'll do the calculation on a calculator here to save us some time. $225 divided by 1 and 15 hundredths is equal to, $195.65. So, this coin during the American Revolution period, it was worth $195.65. It went up by 15%, and now it's equal to $225. I'm not going to test you on a problem like this. We can just begin with a problem like this. We're again studying increase in a percentage. Later we'll study decrease in one of our units. We study the standards throughout the year. But take a look, take a step back, watch the video again. See if you can try your own problems. Try it with a different problem. This was the tricky part, adding that whole number value back to the percentage increase. Okay, that's it. You have a test on Tuesday, and it's not going to be a difficult test, I can tell you that. I think you'll, when you see it, you'll notice a lot of similarities from that test to what we've done in class. And your best way of studying, or at least a way of studying I should say, is to look over all that homework practice you took home, and to look at all the work you did in class that you've taken home, and to watch these videos. Okay? Whatever I've shown you in these videos, excluding this type of problem, will be on the test. So know your percentage of whole numbers, know how to find a whole number value based on the value of a percent, know how to calculate monthly values, know how to calculate prime factorization, know how to write in prime factorization and, not calculate prime factorization, know how to write in the languages of prime factorization and exponential notation. We'll do one more lesson on Monday, which is involved with, which has to do with greatest common factor. And I just realized your test can't be Tuesday. Your test has to be Wednesday because there's ISAT testing on Tuesday. So guess what? You have an extra day now. Your test will have to be Wednesday the 5th because there's no math Tuesday. So enjoy your extra day of studying. Thanks a lot. Bye.